What is up, everyone? Wolfman here, and Happy New Year, even though it is the day after the New Year. But a happy 2023 to all of you, and this is my annual 2022 overview. I'm basically gonna be giving you guys updates of, or talk about what has transpired this past year, and what I'm gonna be doing for the channel for the year of 2023. Now today is actually a rather special day. Today actually marks 3 years since I bought this fish here in this tank right behind me. My little bumblebee beta I named Zolran. Zolran's actually a name of a character from my book series, or my first book that I'm hoping on publishing sometime in the near future. But this little guy has been around for 3 years. It's a personal record, and I wish you guys can get a good look at it. I don't know if you saw him, but I'll post a photo of him, what he looks like now compared to what he looked like 3 years ago. But longest living fish I've ever raised, and basically gotten that out of the way. But this past year was quite interesting. I was actually rather busy, to my utter surprise. For the whole year I have been pumping out video after video, for not too consistent, but mostly Lego Star Wars reviews, which is kind of come down to a bit of a minimum. I still got a good handful. Right now I'm going to be moving on to doing reviews on the last two remaining armies that I have, mainly my Mandalorian army and my Republic clone army. If you guys saw the last two videos I've done, the other one being the last one I uploaded, which was the First Order army, kind of underwhelming. I really didn't put a whole lot into it. I just did for timeline's sake, and one of the big armies that are pretty much roughly well known. But if I had to favor my First Order or my Imperial army, I pick my Imperial army. I find it far better, and some of the vehicles are much worth, or excuse me, I'm sorry. The sets that I had done reviews for my Imperial army are well worth the investment than my First Order army course. Most of the sets that I have in that army are all starships, and I hardly have any ground vehicles. If you didn't see that, feel free to go check that out after this video. But anyways, the next few I'm going to be doing, or I am going to be doing my Mandalorian army, which is much smaller than my First Order army. But after that, I am going to be tackling my Republic clone army, which sadly at this time I only got 3 more sets total to do. That will include the Republic Fighter Tank, the 501st sets, and the ATTE. Those are the only 3 remaining sets, but I am going to be getting the 501st Battle Packs within possibly a few months. I'm taking a break from the LEGO hobby just a bit, just to try and drag it out, but I'm going to do something a little bit differently with my clone armies, since I favor my clone army over all the other armies that I have collected over the past decade. I'm trying to get out of it, at least minimize it. But my clone army is the most diverse of different companies, legions that basically make it up, from my 212, 501st, 41st, and even what I call the Red Company, which is one of my smaller divisions. But I'm focused on mainly 3 different armies, including my 501st, which is actually pretty big as of now, but it's going to get even bigger. It's bigger than my 212th Attack Battalion, but it's going to be way bigger than all the other divisions. And quite frankly, my clone army is much bigger than both my Imperial and First Army put together. I got several hundred clone figures, several hundred minifigures in my clone army, and that's just something to definitely tune into if anyone who comes across this channel. I don't know how one would be able to, but yeah, that's basically going to be it for that. And once again, I am going to be easing out of it because I'm going to be moving on to other stuff. I hope to invest a little bit more on my project car, which is a 1987 Chevy Camaro T-Top. I've invested a little bit into it last year, and I'm actually coming up on 1 year since I bought it. And hopefully I'm going to be doing a little bit more onto that within the coming months, so well up into the summer. I gotta finish gutting the rest of the inside, and I got a few more body panels I need to get, including front and rear bumpers, and quarter fenders, just a list of things, but I'm still taking my time on that. But one of the biggest changes I'm going to be doing for the channel this year is I am going to be investing in learning an instrument. If you saw one of my two videos from, I believe, back in September, I was doing a few tutorials, or actually cover videos, I should basically say, because it really wasn't much of a tutorial. It was basically me playing two different songs on my ukulele. I'm going to be investing more of that for this year. I got a long list of songs I'm going to be practicing, and I'm going to hope to pump out every weekend or every other weekend. I'm just going to be that invested, and hopefully over time, if I can get really good and be consistent for at least maybe hopefully 6 months, might move on to something else. What that could be, I don't know at this point. Either drums, piano, or even a bass, I don't know, or continue doing the ukulele, or even moving on to a guitar. Anything can happen, but for the time being, I'm just going to be doing more cover videos on me playing the ukulele, and I hope anyone who knows it who would like those kinds of videos, then definitely redirect them to those. But as far as Legos, I am going to be, again, I'm not going to sound like a broken record player, but I'm just going to be minimizing the number of different videos on those I'm going to be doing. I did want to try and move out of Speed Champions, but they keep coming up with some good ones, and there's some really good ones that I am stoked on getting. There's one that's actually a 2-pack, and it's one of my favorite brands of cars, which is the McLarens. I've already got, I think, four. Yeah, I got 4 different McLaren sets. Some of which, I think, one of which I've done a speed builds on. So that's gonna be potential more, and I don't know if this is going to be official, but I may do Lego sets based off of Avatar. When I begin those sets, God only knows, because at this point, it may be in April, maybe, I don't know. But it is definitely something to tune into, and I eventually will be getting another Lego UCS, like the ad here behind me. Oh, I am so sorry, the screen just went out on my TV, so stand by. Sorry about that. My screen right behind the camera just kind of went out. It was another extra light source, which, to be honest, the lighting in here really isn't all that great, and plus it's getting kind of dark out at this time. So, anywho, there are at least a few UCS sets I'm hoping I'm maybe getting anyways, including the UCS Gunship and the UCS Razor Crest. Those are 2 that are on my wish list, and there have been talks about another type of UCS that may be coming out this year, and potential more Lego Star Wars sets. I forgot to throw in, there's going to be at least 2 other sets Lego Star Wars sets I'm hoping I'm getting. One of them is the Liberator, which is a new set that came out a year ago, which was based off from the Bad Batch. I don't know if it's called that. I don't know. I can't remember what it's called, but I'm pretty sure I'll throw in the name of that set in the bottom, or in this video, so that way you would know. But the other one is going to be the TIE Bomber, which it's about dang time that Lego actually come out with that. I mean, a new one. We haven't had one. The last TIE Bomber that came out was the very first one back in the early 2000s. I think back in 06. I'm not sure. But they finally come out with that one, a newer, updated version, and out of all the TIE variants besides the TIE Defender, that's my second favorite. And it actually comes with the first ever minifigure, and that's going to be potentially a potential review and speed build coming in the near future, but probably not for a couple of months. And I can't really think of anything else that may be coming in for the channel. Anything can happen. Just about anything can happen. Potentially, I may be going back down to Glean's for the Hungry again in the month of June. So yeah, I think that may or may not happen. I don't know. I'll keep anyone updated, and if anyone who does come across this channel, and if you want to see those kinds of contents, whether it be my Lego reviews, speed builds, or even me playing the ukulele, which I actually have been enjoying quite a lot, even though I haven't touched it in a few months. So that's definitely something to tune into, and if anyone wants to see that, then come join the Wolfpack by hitting the red subscribe button down below. And if you potentially like this video and want to see more, then leave a like and even leave a comment. Which one of the sets are you looking forward to me to doing potential reviews on? Any sets from Star Wars, maybe Speed Champions, and maybe even possibly Avatar. I mean, that's up in the air, even though I'm trying to move away from Legos and doing other stuff, but definitely something to tune into. But yeah, I believe that may be it. So again, a happy 2023 to everyone. I hope this year is going to be good for anyone and for everyone. And all that stuff for me to remind you once again that Jesus loves you more than Emma and Barney does, and I'll see you guys next time.